Hey guys, it's Syd. Welcome to the HangOut. Today I'm joined with a Toronto singer-songwriter who is amazingly talented. He's opening for Alessia Cara right now on her Canadian tour, and today's his last stop in Vancouver. This is Ryland James.
Yo, what's up?
Is this your first time in Vancouver?
This is my very first time in Vancouver.
Welcome, welcome.
It's amazing.
What has been your favorite part?
Well, yeah, earlier today we walked around. We went down to Gastown and the whole historic district, and then we went over to, is it Canada Place? Is that what it's called? The pier. That was really cool getting to see the city.
Nice.
And I did a couple of radio visits earlier, so we were driving around, and just this entire city in general is just amazing.
You said
It's
might want to
beautiful.
move here?
I would totally move here. I have to move to Toronto first. Like I've got to be there, but I could for sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations on this whole entire tour.
Thank you.
That's insane.
Thank you so much.
12 shows across Canada.
Yeah.
You posted on Instagram before you started the tour how much it meant to you. Can you talk a bit about it?
Yeah, for sure. So about 3 years ago, I found Know It All, Alessia's first album, and I remember just her lyrics impacting me so much at that time because I was kind of a bit of a loner in high school. You know, I was just to myself and did music, and I didn't really relate to a whole lot of people. So I remember her lyrics just about kind of being that outlier really spoke to me, and so I listened to her songs on repeat constantly for months, and looked up to her so much, just her writing and everything. And I remember going and seeing her concert in Toronto later in 2016, and again just being blown away by her. And I think just after I started listening to her music, I had this vision in my head where I thought one day I just want to meet her and I want to open for her on one of her tours. And so it's funny because over these past few years, it's been just developing and working, and I've run into her a few times and met her, and now we have the same management, and just everything fell together. And then when I found out I was going on tour with her, it was this absolute dream come true. And it's like, I don't think I've actually taken it in because we're at the last show now, and we've been doing this, and this is actually happening. It's crazy. Yeah.
Was there a lot of screaming when you first heard the news?
I was in LA, and we were driving down the highway. My dad was driving me, and we were going to the studio, and my manager called me and said, "Hey, by the way, you're opening for Alessia in Canada." And I was pretty cool with him on the phone. I was pretty chill and played it cool, but no, afterward I definitely freaked out to my dad. So
what has been the biggest pinch me moment during this tour?
Oh, the first time I sang the duet, How Far I'll Go with her in Winnipeg, she asked me to come in and sing with her, and I just remember thinking, man, I couldn't have imagined this
a
few
big
years
Disney
ago.
fan?
I am a bit of a Disney fan, yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't think anybody isn't. Yeah.
So you've had a lot of new fans coming out to the shows
For
as
sure.
well. What's sort of the takeaway that you want them to have after watching you perform?
I think I just want to make people feel something, whatever that is. I want people to go away not having just seen a show and being like, oh, that was cool, but actually remembering it and remembering a feeling that they had. Whether, I've had a few fans now come up to me and tell me, this song impacted me this way, and so thank you so much for that. Or this one, touched my soul, which is something that, that's what I think every artist wants. And to actually have that happen, again, it's crazy that it's a reality now.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
And you do meet fans at the end of your show.
Yes.
Is there any crazy stories that you could tell?
I don't really have any crazy stories. I think I'm just surprised at the number of people that have been coming out to meet me after, because I feel like they're all there for Alessia. And then when they all come out and want pictures and I get to talk to them all, it's fun, yeah.
Has Alessia given you any advice during this tour?
She definitely has. And I feel like a lot of her advice even just comes from her example. Like I said, I've looked up to her with her songwriting and who she is as a person, and she doesn't let anybody tell her who to be. That's a big one. But yeah, we've talked a bunch backstage and just about the industry in general and relating artist to artist. And I think one of the best pieces of advice she gave me was to keep people close to you that have been there from the beginning. So family members and, just keeping people who keep me down to earth for sure. And it's important just to have those people around to support. And yeah, that's a big piece of advice that she gave me, and I'll keep that forever.
You've been covering Billie Eilish.
Yes,
Bury a Friend on
I
tour.
have.
And you also are going to be performing in Las Vegas with Life is Beautiful, and she's going to be
She's
headlining.
on it, yes.
How excited are you for that?
Yeah, it's so exciting. Just these things keep happening now, and it's I have to pinch myself every day because she's another person that I look up to so much, and she's so young, and for her to be writing these lyrics and these songs and just the way she performs, everything. I'm like so honored to be part of it all.
You're very young as well, so you're like equally as talented. So,
Thank you.
Back in 2017, you did talk about the dream about touring with like people that inspire you and stuff. So what's it like seeing all this hard work finally coming together?
Crazy. I mean, I've been working now for about 3 years just on writing and developing as an artist, and it's been, a lot of really busy times and a lot of downtime, and so now we're just getting into that phase where everything is going and everything is moving very quickly. It's a really big year ahead. Lots of things that I can't necessarily say yet, but we have so much in the works, and for it to all just finally be coming together is amazing.
Nice. We'll talk about your two amazing songs, Say Goodbye and Good to You.
Thank you.
Insanely. Like every single time I listen to it, there's like a shiver down my spine.
Oh, thank you so much.
It's so good.
Thank you.
Can you talk about which one was more difficult to write?
I feel like Say Goodbye was a little more difficult to write. Good to You came together very quickly, and I have a funny story actually about that session. I didn't even want to go to that session. It was at a time when I was really frustrated with who I was as a writer, and we were trying a bunch of different stuff, and I just felt very lost in that time. And I remember not even wanting to walk into the session. It was at Gray Hawkins' house back in Toronto, the guy I wrote it with, and Curtis. And my mom just told me, this could be, you just never know which writing session will produce the best songs. And I remember thinking, okay, fine, I'll go in then. And I walked in, and they had the bass skeleton kind of Good to You laid out, and I was amazed by it. And then I came in, and just all these lyrics just started pouring out, and the whole concept of it was so quick and easy. And now it's Good to You. It's one of my favorite songs. And so she was completely right about that. Say Goodbye, on the other hand, it was similar, but it was a little bit more, just tinkering away. And I walked in, I wrote it in Kensington Market with my friend Andy back in Toronto, and he just played this piano riff and had a little bit of an idea, but I guess they were kind of similar. They came together in the same way, but Say Goodbye was maybe a little more difficult.
And you have a very gospel sort of soulful sound.
Yeah.
How did you kind of find that voice?
Yeah, so my grandma was still is a great gospel pianist. So I grew up around that, just gospel music playing and soul music all the time. And so I feel like that's just obviously, part of me and part of my roots. And so growing up, I kind of sang in that style and have incorporated it now into pop because I loved pop too, and I just wanted to put those together.
Was it challenging for you to kind of find this specific voice?
I feel like the voice, the way I sing, has kind of naturally developed over time and continues. I still find new things about it every day, and every time we do different shows, I find new ways to sing, but the sound itself, I kind of always had a general idea of what I wanted, and I wanted sort of something that was a little bit like like the Adele and the gospel, Sam Smith, that kind of thing. And eventually we found it. It was kind of tricky over the past 3 years because we tried so many different things, right? And we just wanted to figure out what's right. But I'm so happy that we finally came around and found this sound, and nice. I'm very happy with the album, which is pretty much almost.
Is it almost done?
It's pretty much finished. I have it, and it's almost
You've been in the studio a lot.
I have. Yes. Yeah.
Is that like your favorite part of doing all this, or is going on tour?
I think performing live is my favorite part. I just feel an energy up there like nothing else. So and getting to see everybody in person, I feel like, we as artists, we write the album and we work so hard at doing that. We're in the studio, and it's that part of it is very different from being on tour. And I feel like we do all that so that we can go out and tour and just give that music to everybody. So yeah, it's very rewarding.
Nice. You've been also singing a new song, tell me if I'm wrong, Water? I
have, yes.
What's that song about?
It's a fun little upbeat pop song. It's just a song about a relationship that is one of those things where it's almost toxic, but you still love that person and you can't live without them. So there's something in the water. But yeah, that one's coming in a
coming
bit. Yeah.
And also, it's the last day of tour.
Hmm.
Do you have any pranks that you have in the works for Alessia tonight?
Possibly.
Ooh.
There may be something that I have up my sleeve. I guess we'll find out tonight.
What's your goal for the end of 2019?
Man, yeah, for the end of 2019, I mean, I guess it's just getting new music out there. We have a lot of new music coming this year and a lot of exciting things happening. So it's just going to be getting out, traveling around and doing some shows, and just, the beginning of things are happening. So I'm excited.
Nice. And lastly, your birthday's in 2 weeks.
It is, yeah.
Happy early birthday.
Thank you.
What are your plans?
I don't have any specific plans yet, but I think my friends are kind of planning something behind the scenes. So we'll see. I'm turning 20, which is really weird. No more teenager. So yeah, that's crazy, but I'm excited. So we'll probably do something back in Toronto.
Nice.
Yeah, hang
I
out.
also have like a, where is it? Little
Oh,
birthday present.
thank you. These are my favorite, actually, mini eggs. I live on these things when I'm at home. Not on tour. I have to be healthy, but I will
have it on
tonight
the plane
after the
ride.
show. I will eat
Yeah.
these. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes.
Thank you for chatting.
Thank you so much for having me.
Can't wait for your set tonight.
Thank you.
That was Ryland James.